Honestly, sometimes the recipes with the least amount of ingredients sometimes turn out to be the most delicious. So let's jump right into this video because baby, we fitting to cook today.
Whipping up all of your favorite recipes. Simply Food.
You should know by now that you're in for a treat.
Simply Food.
There's no other channel where you'd rather be.
Simply Food. Seafood, pasta, cakes, and pies. Sing and laugh and even cry. Like and share and hit subscribe. Simply Food by TY.
All right, y'all. So today we are going to be working with some beautiful cuts of steak. Now, you can do this with flank steak, skirt steak, kind of really whatever you want. It's up to you. We're also going to use some kosher salt, some black peppercorn that we're going to be freshly grinding down, some ghee clarified butter. We'll talk about that later on. We're going to be using some Korean chili flakes, garlic paste, ginger paste, some ponzu, which is a citrus seasoning dressing, a little bit of low sodium soy sauce, some extra virgin olive oil. Now, we're also going to be throwing in some green onions, scallions, whatever you like to call them, honey, and some parsley as well. Now, I want to talk to you guys about the steaks really quick. Now, because we're not putting that many ingredients in this particular recipe, it is really important that you guys make sure that you start off with nice cuts of meat to begin with, okay? Because the only thing we're going to be seasoning the steak up with is the kosher coarse salt and the black peppercorn. So, if you can get yourself some grass-fed beef, some Wagyu beef, start off with high quality, because the better the quality, the more you're going to realize you really don't need as much seasoning as you think. This is one of those type of dishes for people that genuinely enjoy the taste of steak, not a cut of meat covered up in a bunch of seasonings, okay? So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of patting down the steaks dry just to get off some of that excess blood, and also so that I can make sure that the salt and pepper is going to adhere. Now, it's really important to make sure that anytime you're making steak, be it making it like this, on a grill, whatever the case is, you want to make sure that you take your steaks out of the refrigerator at least an hour prior to you cooking them. If you put a cold steak directly into a hot skillet, it's going to seize up, and then it's going to take extra work to loosen up, and that's how you end up with tough steaks. So it's really important to make sure, you guys, that you take your steaks out of the refrigerator at least 1 hour prior so that they can start to drop down in temperature and get closer to room temperature. As you can see, I'm going in with a nice coating of the black peppercorn as well as the kosher salt, and I'm going to do the same on both sides. Now, once I get the salt and pepper on both of these steaks, I'm going to go ahead and just sit these to the side. And like I said, I'm going to let them sit out until I'm ready to cook them. I'm not going to put them back in the refrigerator. You do not want to do that. And again, I'm going to be doing this recipe today in my cast iron skillet, but you can absolutely do this on a grill. You can do it, in an air fryer if you want to get crafty. I'm sure there's a way you can find a way to do it. There's many ways that you can do this, to be quite honest. And now that we have our steaks all beautifully seasoned, we can go on ahead and just sit those to the side. And now let's work on this Korean-inspired chimichurri type of dressing that we got going on today. So as you can see, I have a pretty large bunch of curly parsley. I'm going to break that down and make sure that, of course, all of your vegetables are nice and washed. And again, try to get as high quality as you possibly can, you guys. Get that nice and minced down, and you can go on ahead and set that to the side. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with our green onion. I'm using about 2 to 3 stalks here. Chop off the bottom, discard that, and then we're going to use the entirety of the rest of the green onion. Now that we have all of those done, we can go ahead and sit those in a bowl and sit those to the side. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to start off with adding in 3/4 a cup of our olive oil. Then I'm going to be going in with 2 tablespoons of our ponzu. I'm going to be going in with 1 tablespoon of our low sodium soy sauce. Probably about a teaspoon to teaspoon and a half of both the ginger paste and the garlic paste. I'm going to be going in with 1 tablespoon of the Korean chili flakes. You can add in more or add in less. If you don't have those, you can also use crushed red pepper flakes. But this, to me, is kind of what's giving it that Korean flair. Just, pairing with the sodium, the soy sauce and the ginger, it's kind of all tying together. So I'm going to give that a little mix just to, make sure I'm getting rid of any chunks in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in all of those veggies, get that nice and mixed in. As you can see, that has completely soaked up all of the oil. That is on purpose, you guys, don't stress. So now what I like to do is now I will gradually add in the oil until I have the amount of this quote unquote dressing or chimichurri that I want, So you can add in as little or as much as you would like. And also at this stage, this is when it's important for you guys to get ready to start tasting for extra salt, extra pepper, extra ginger. This is when you want to go in and taste it. I also like to add in the juice of half a lemon, but be mindful. Don't get too wild with the salt because you have the salt on your steak. You also have that soy sauce. So, just kind of keep that in mind. But this is one of those type of sauces where you're going to need to taste it as you go to get it to your liking. Now that that's all done, you can go on ahead and set that to the side. Now, like I said, today I'm going to be preparing my steaks in my cast iron skillet inside of my house, but I'm going to be using ghee, which is a clarified butter. This is like the king of kings when it comes to butter, okay? Like, you ain't going to get no better than this. So once again, because we're not, using that many ingredients in this, every single ingredient that I use, I just want to make sure that it's top notch. And it's not often that you guys probably will ever see me working with ghee because it is really expensive, but for something like this, it's worth it. And it also has a really high smoke point, which is great. As you can see, those steaks look absolutely beautiful. They have sweat out nicely. Now that I have a light smoke coming out of that pan, I'm going to add in my steak. Now, as you can see, I'm only going to add in 1 because I really want to try to get as best of a sear on it as possible. Now, I'm going to tell you guys now, for me, when I do this, especially for a party or if I know there's multiple people coming over, I always like to make sure that I cook my steak 2 ways. 1, pretty much well done, and then the other one about medium rare, because you never know who in the crowd likes their steak a certain way. And I don't like when you see these platters of steaks and it's nothing but rare meat. That's not fair to the people that like it well done. So I always do one of them well done, and then the other one I'll do medium rare. As you can see, I'm trying to make sure that I'm cutting against the grain. Trust me when I say that steak is not tough nor dry. It is just a dull knife that I threw in the trash immediately when this video was done. Now that I got all of this steak nice and sliced up, now I'm just going to lay it out really pretty. I'm actually going to serve it directly on this cutting board. And this makes great for a great appetizer, a little starter meal or whatever the case is. And I'm going to pour this delicious chimichurri over the top of this steak and then just serve it up. And honestly, you guys, it's just that simple. It's not that hard. Look, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Hit that bell to be notified. Make sure that it's set to all. And, hey, enjoy yourself. Try something new this holiday for the season. Get out of just cooking the same old, you know what I'm saying? Y'all baby stay cute and take care. Bye, y'all. My God, on today. Now, y'all know damn well that looks delicious. Ciao, bye.
Slaying in the kitchen.
Simply Food by TY.
We hope that you enjoyed it.
Simply Food by TY. If you haven't took the time, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Simply Food.